You know that feeling, right? You tap a few buttons on an app, and like magic, hot food shows up right at your door. It's awesome. It's peak convenience. But behind that super smooth app interface, there's kind of this shadow world, a place where orders just vanish, and drivers are always looking over their shoulder.
We've all been there. You get that notification. Your order is delayed. Or even worse, it says delivered, but there's nothing there. Your porch is empty. You probably just assume it was a simple mix-up, right? But what if it wasn't a mistake? What if it was an interception?
And this is where it gets real. This is a direct quote from a delivery driver. "I was shitting my pants. I was scared." He was talking about this gut feeling, this primal fear that something was just wrong. It's a pretty chilling reminder that for these folks, it's not just about a few bucks. The job can be genuinely terrifying.
So what if the source of that fear, the real reason your bag of burgers went missing, wasn't just some neighborhood thief? What if it was something that has perfectly, and I mean perfectly, adapted to prey on the gig economy? Something else entirely.
We'll say hello to our subject. Based on a handful of pretty wild cryptozoological field reports, we can now classify it as Anthropoidipes ameriborialis cibristradio, or as it's more commonly known, the Delivery Sasquatch. You heard that right. This is the apex predator of the entire suburban food delivery ecosystem, and today we're going to break down exactly how it operates. Okay, first up, to understand any predator, you've got to understand its turf. And this creature is, well, let's just say it has very specific tastes in real estate. And no, we're not talking about some deep, dark, remote wilderness here. Its prime territory is right on the edge of town, that perfect blurry line where dense forest meets sprawling suburbia. That's its sweet spot. That's the hunting ground. And look at this. Every single part of its habitat is optimized for the hunt. It sticks to the flat terrain for pure speed. It uses the dense forest for cover. The mossy ground basically silences its footsteps. And then there's the nest. Get this. It's woven from spruce and literally insulated with the spoils of its raids. Stolen thermal delivery bags to keep its food warm. I mean, that's just brilliant. All right, so how does it actually pull off these heists? You know, a creature this specialized needs a pretty unique toolkit to survive in the cutthroat, fast-paced world of food delivery. What's fascinating is that its offensive tactics seem to have evolved in direct response to the gig economy. It doesn't just run. It does what's called a velocity charge to intercept drivers on those tight priority deadlines. It's got the arm to toss an order right onto a second-floor balcony. And if things get heated, that stolen delivery bag makes for a surprisingly effective weapon. And when we say velocity charge, we are not kidding. Field observers estimate its top speed on flat ground is a staggering 45 miles per hour. There is no delivery driver on Earth that can outrun that. No way! And its defenses? Oh, they're even wilder. Sure, its fur is great camouflage, but the real genius here is the scent masking. It actually gives off a musk that smells like a combination of deep fryer grease and cardboard, totally confusing anyone who gets close. And its skin is so thick that it apparently thinks pepper spray is just some kind of unexpected spicy garnish. So this all brings us to the very core of its existence, right? Its diet. Because the Delivery Sasquatch doesn't just eat fast food. Its entire biology has been completely reshaped by it. See, unlike its more traditional omnivorous cousins, this subspecies is what biologists are now calling a fast food obligate. It's literally lost the ability to digest things like berries or grubs. Its body is now 100% dependent on the processed, high-carb food we order right to our homes. And its appetite is absolutely massive. Just to survive in that cold northern climate, it has to pack away 15,000 calories every single day. That is a whole lot of missing combo meals. And the connection here is just, it's undeniable. On the left, you've got the Sasquatch's preferred meals. On the right, the exact same restaurants we're ordering from. It doesn't always take the whole bag either. Eyewitness reports suggest it often just takes a fry tax, about 15 to 20% of the fries, before letting the driver go on their way. This total dependency on our habits even shapes its reproductive cycle. Mating season? It lines up perfectly with the holiday delivery rush between November and January. To attract a mate, males will show off their prized collections of pristine, stolen dipping sauces.
And the babies, which are apparently called sliders, are raised entirely on intercepted milkshakes. It's a life cycle literally powered by our cravings. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, it looks like we've accidentally created a brand new ecological niche, and something has evolved to fill it. Whether we meant to or not, we've become a key part of a new, very weird urban food chain. I found this quote from a registered dietitian, and of course, she was talking about people making better choices for themselves. But when you think about it in this context, it gets a whole new meaning, right? Maybe the Delivery Sasquatch isn't just a pest. Maybe by taxing our fries and swiping our burgers, it's the ultimate stepping stone, forcibly nudging us all toward a healthier lifestyle.
So the next time your order is a little late or you notice a few fries are missing from the bag, maybe don't be so quick to blame the driver. Just stop and ask yourself, are you just feeding yourself or are you feeding the ecosystem?